Hello, I'm Dougal Kirkland. I live in Stroud and I'm a multimedia artist.
I'm Willa and I'm an artist working in London.
I'm Milo and I live in Stroud and my practice is mostly based around sculpture.
So the artworks that we've been making have been kind of very reactionary to each other's mark making. It's been quite kind of spontaneous.
We kind of started off, because we haven't collaborated before, we started with some kind of exercises. We did a giant consequences for the first 3 mornings. So we were just kind of a bit of fun. And then we did quite a lot of drawing on the floor and all of us doing the same gesture over again. So everyone drawing straight lines and then rotating to the next work and then, I don't know, drawing with only curved lines and then just rubbing things out and just going over and over until we had a composition that we liked. And then from that we progressed to making much bigger work that I think, like all the kind of mark making that we had gained from those exercises we then could use on a bigger scale.
So we've been doing these big drawings, of various sizes. They've been sort of they've been quite automatic. We've been sort of just throwing ourselves at the bits of paper and making marks, and then someone else will come along and make another make another mark, and that's been really nice because it's sort of been, we haven't been in full control over the drawings because there'll be other people working on it. So yeah, sort of you might be working on a bit of an area of the paper and then go away and work on another area and then come back and it's completely changed because someone's rubbed it out or drawn all over it. So yeah, and we've been doing some of the exercises we've been doing have been on smaller bits of paper where we're each working on a drawing, and then we'll be doing a specific action, each one of us, and then we'll rotate round and change the action.
I'm interested in ritual, myth and folklore, and I do a lot of drawing, also performance and various other media, video. I guess the drawing aspect is what relates to this, and collaboratively our similarities are in drawing and using graphite.
I generally draw from kind of maquettes that I make out of paper and kind of found objects that respond to objects and stories that I've read. And I think this kind of relates to my practice because I often end up making quite geometric paper cutouts, so I guess those forms are coming out. But I'm also quite precise, so I've been trying to really get loose on the paper. So it's been really nice to just be a bit more gestural. So I guess it links because it's just the antithesis of what I usually do.
This has all been quite new for me, all this drawing. I've started drawing last summer, was when I didn't really draw before that. So yeah, it's all been quite a new experience, and I've never really done collaboration, so that's been really exciting as well.
I think we were having some chats and Robert McFarlane might be someone who we feel that that this work could be shown to. He's a contemporary writer. He writes about travel and walking and sense of place and various other things.
I collect loads of my kind of imagery walking and travelling from place to place and seeing kind of ripped up old posters and chewing gum kind of trodden into the floor, and then reading things and talking to people in the pub, and then things come out of that, and then those things are what I end up making into kind of maquettes and drawing from. But they're normally quite funny, so it's a mixture. And then collectively we've been watching loads of films discussing our contemporary artists that we're kind of looking at on Instagram. And I'm quite interested in old art, so it's been making me think loads of Piranesi and kind of Poussin and all those people that also work from sets.
So the residency has been super exciting. Being in this big space together to collaborate is something that I haven't done before. I usually work in quite a small space and by myself, very internal. And so working together, we've been able to react off each other and really generate something that is separate from what I am normally working on.
So what's been so nice about this residency for me is that it's just sort of given us a space that we've been able to work in, a completely empty blank space. And we've been able to work on scales that I've never worked on before on paper. And it's also allowed us to sort of work with other people and work together and play off each other and what we're doing, and the marks that we're all making. So that's been really, really, really fun and really exciting. And so nice as well to be working with other people at the moment, because sort of my practice recently has been I've just been making on my own, in my own space. So it's been really nice to play off other people and actually talk to other people. It's been really nice.
It's been amazing to have this space to work collectively in, because I have never worked collectively before. So it's been great to kind of scale up with the kind of budget to buy some massive paper and loads of kind of rubbers and pencils, so we're not at all precious about what we're doing, which I think is kind of, you can see in the work, because it doesn't look like we're holding back in any sense.
I think it's been quite a different way of working, because each of us have been making marks, and quite often ones that maybe we wouldn't normally be making, and sometimes we've been going in working with those marks and kind of accentuating them, or experimenting with taking each other's marks further, or it could be a case of getting rid of it completely, and in that I think I at least have been much less precious about the work that I'm making, because it could just be rubbed out in a second.
I was quite nervous coming into the space at first, sort of it being so open and on display, but I think I've been really relaxed the whole time making work, and I think that's because I've been in here with other people, which is sort of, kind of taken the pressure off just me being on display and performing. And we've had some really nice conversations with people, and lots of thumbs up and smiles and things like that, and also sort of people that live opposite and sort of come up and down the street regularly and work opposite as well, have sort of said how much they've enjoyed seeing the work and the space evolve and all the energy that's going into the drawings and stuff, because there have been pretty much every day there'll be a different drawing on the wall, so yeah.